What's up, everybody? So the little off-season drought that we were having, the little mysterious period of just waiting to make a move has finally come to an end, but in a way that I didn't really truly expect. I was expecting us to go after a wide receiver, corner, or linebacker this year at the start of free agency, but the New Orleans Saints really honed in and really figured out one of the biggest issues that we have, and that is the possibility of losing strong safety Von Bell, which I will go over here in a minute. Sorry for being late on this video. I wanted to get it out as soon as possible, but I made the mistake of doing that last year with Jared Cook. I put out a video during the period of the New Orleans Saints negotiating a contract with him, forgot to clarify that, and I got absolutely bashed because of it, but the next day they ended up signing him, but whatever. As of right now, the Saints are looking to sign Malcolm Jenkins. They're in contract negotiations, and a deal is 100% expected to be done in the very near future. So I'm talking about today, in a couple of hours, tonight, or maybe tomorrow, but Malcolm Jenkins will be reuniting with the New Orleans Saints and becoming a starting somewhere for us. So, first, I would like to go over what the Saints plan on doing with Malcolm Jenkins, and this is something that I've been seeing flowing a lot around Twitter because I'm very active on there. That's where I get all of my news. That's where all of my sources lie. It's on Twitter because there's a lot of reputable NFL analysts that have accounts there. So, a lot of people have been comparing this to the Jarvis Byrd signing, even though we're not going to be giving Malcolm Jenkins a massive amount of money. It'll be something, I promise you, it'll be reasonable. It won't be off the charts. It won't be absolutely insane. It'll be reasonable, but getting rid of a player like, possibly getting rid of a player like Von Bell and signing an older player, 32-year-old Malcolm Jenkins, a lot of people have been freaking out about it, but when you look at it in the perspective that me and a couple of other YouTube analysts are looking at it as, I don't even think Malcolm Jenkins will be a starting safety. Look at it this way, okay? We have Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, who was basically a Von Bell with better ball skills, in my honest opinion. He's a better coverage safety. He can pick the ball off. He's a very great run defender. He is literally like a Von Bell with better ball skills. So you can put him at a strong safety spot in place of Von Bell and throw Malcolm Jenkins in the slot to take over where P.J. Williams would have been playing. But, of course, none of this is 100% yet. So that's just what I wanted to clarify. What the Saints will most likely be using Malcolm Jenkins for. Don't expect him to have a starting safety role. But let's get into the video and really analyze this signing. So, yeah, if you didn't hear already, the New Orleans Saints are closing in on a deal with free agent safety Malcolm Jenkins. As you probably know right now, Von Bell is a strong safety that at the start of free agency was garnering attention from a lot of teams, including the Carolina Panthers. And there's no 100% guarantee that Von Bell is out of the New Orleans Saints, but a move like this expects me and leads me to believe that the New Orleans Saints could not come to a negotiable number with Von Bell. I think he was asking for too much, or the Saints were just not willing to give enough for Von Bell to decide to want to say. The New Orleans Saints, that's the only reason I would see them getting a replacement would be if Von Bell didn't want to stay, or if re-signing him wasn't a possibility because of cap situation. And yeah, I don't think it's because of anything else but just us not having a lot of money, because really we don't. I don't think the New Orleans Saints would have got rid of him if it wasn't for that point. Not just because of his skill set, but because of the chemistry he's built up with players like Marcus Williams and Marshawn Lattimore. But as of right now, we have no word as to what the future holds with Von Bell. I'll keep you guys updated and let you know anything that I hear on him, because it's definitely an important player to keep an eye on. Like I said, the Carolina Panthers did have a big interest in him. Anyway, Malcolm Jenkins. There is no way most of you are not familiar with the player Malcolm Jenkins that the New Orleans Saints drafted in 2009 and kept until the end of the 2013 season. We also had multiple run-ins with Malcolm Jenkins against the Philadelphia Eagles in the past couple of years. One that left Malcolm Jenkins frustrated after Sean Payton ran up the score. Alvin Kamara got behind him and he threw a 30-plus yard touchdown to, which now is all in good fun, and it will probably be a joke piece in the locker room, in my opinion, because Alvin Kamara absolutely burned him. Malcolm Jenkins last year had a nice 81 tackles, 2.5 sacks, and a 70 overall Pro Football Focus grade. But for now, I would like to give you guys a bit of a point of emphasis, a pretty in-depth comparison of Malcolm Jenkins and Vonn Bell, starting with Pro Football Focus because that's something everybody can mutually understand. So in the last 4 seasons since Vonn Bell entered the NFL, their grades read as follows. Jenkins played 4,230 snaps, had an 83.2 overall grade over that 4-year span, which is very impressive. He had a 90.8 coverage grade, which is an elite coverage grade, a 77.1 run defense grade, and a 60.3 pass rush grade. Vonn Bell played 3,452 snaps over that time, had a 68.9 overall grade, a 56.3, which is almost 40 points less than Jenkins' grade. He had a 56.3 coverage grade, a 90.2 run defense grade, and an 80.7 pass rush grade. I feel like that's a pretty fair comparison, as Vonn Bell definitely formed into a formidable starting safety over that 4-year time span and made an impact. But for a little more retrospect, I feel like we can go over this past year alone. But keep in mind that Malcolm Jenkins played with an absolute disgusting, laughable, terrible Philadelphia Eagles secondary who had players like Jalen Mills in there. So, yeah, he suffered from a really terrible supporting cast. But at this point, from last year, Jenkins played 1,075 snaps, had a 70.5 overall grade, a 70 coverage grade, a 71 run defense grade, and a 68.6 pass rush grade. Vonn Bell had played 950 snaps, had a 66.6 overall grade, a 54.6 coverage grade, an 89.6 run defense grade, and an 83.7 pass rush grade. Sean Payton 100% confirmed that the New Orleans Saints were close on cashing out a deal with Malcolm Jenkins, who I keep almost saying Janoris Jenkins when I say him, but with Malcolm Jenkins, and stated that he should have never let Malcolm Jenkins go to begin with. Hopefully it doesn't come full circle, and in a few years he doesn't say that he shouldn't have let 25-year-old Vonn Bell go in place for 32-year-old Malcolm Jenkins. I don't think Malcolm Jenkins' age is really a big strong suit here. I think it's a problem as far as long-term goes, but I think he's going to have a very well and very safe role in that slot corner spot, with Chauncey Gardner-Johnson starting at strong safety and Marcus Williams starting at free safety. When you look at it like this, every single important piece on defense has a leader now. Cameron Jordan is the leader of the defensive line. Demario Davis is the veteran leader of the the linebackers. Janoris Jenkins, for now, we haven't really gotten a word on what they're doing with him. We might just be restructuring him. But Janoris Jenkins is the leader of the corner group, and now Malcolm Jenkins is the leader of the safety group. Our young guys like Chauncey Gardner-Johnson and Marcus Williams can learn a lot from a seasoned veteran like this who just spent 6 seasons above 70 Pro Football Focus grade with the Philadelphia Eagles. Definitely still a formidable piece and can play very well in the slot. I think it's definitely a good replacement for a player like P.J. Williams, who likely won't be seeing the field again in a New Orleans Saints uniform unless he's just a depth piece. So, let me know what you guys think about the Malcolm Jenkins signing. I don't really have too much else to talk about today. If you have been paying attention to the news lately, a current event I'd like to talk about probably on stream in the next day or two is the Tom Brady signing with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Teddy Bridgewater, we lost him. Teddy Bridgewater went and signed with the Carolina Panthers. So there's been a lot of shaking up going on in the division. The NFC South may not just be a grab-and-go bag for the New Orleans Saints this year, which is upsetting, but it's going to be good to see some good division games again, so I'm definitely looking forward to that. Make sure that you click subscribe, hit the notification bell. I'll promise I'll be on time with everything else free agency this year. I just got caught up a little bit. It was earlier, not early, but I was doing my usual wake up and exist routine, and it just kind of hit me blindsided. So make sure to click that subscribe, hit that notification bell so that you're alerted anytime I make a video about free agency or videos in general, because trust me, I am not going anywhere. So yeah, Malcolm Jenkins, we haven't gotten contract details yet. For some, it hasn't been fully negotiated. My guess is going to be around maybe 5, 6, or 7, anywhere from $5 to $7 million per year for maybe 2 to 3 years. I don't think we would 1 year rental a player like this, and I feel like someone with an attachment to New Orleans, like Malcolm Jenkins has, would give us a hometown discount, especially since we tried to trade for him in the 2017 offseason, but it just didn't go through. So yeah, I'm excited for this. Really excited to see what happens with the New Orleans Saints secondary this year. Von Bell, if you're out of it, peace out. I hope you have a great career elsewhere. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you boys in the next one. Adios. Oh, yeah. Be alert. We're going to be streaming soon again. I promise.